Once again, you are welcome, dear viewers and listeners, those who have high interest in Legacy Channel Africa. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being part of us. Once again, as usual, my name is Nsubuga, your discussant this moment. I want us to go through a simple but rather important topic about relationship, simply entitled For a Sweet Relationship. Thank you for being part of us. I hope we shall enjoy a relationship that will smartly end in marriage. Has to have some steps, and these steps, it is proper that they are properly followed, observed, respected. I want to make some simple illustration for our discussion this moment. Simple illustration. I beg that whoever is watching should connect other people such that we move together. For those who are already in a relationship, those who intend to start it, those who may not have a program but will eventually find themselves in a relationship, this simple discussion is important and we don't need to miss it. I want us to take some steps here for that normal relationship where a boy and a girl, that is the normal relationship, or a man and a woman, which will end into a husband and a wife. There must be some things that we need to take keen interest in. And these are the ones we're going to outline this afternoon, this moment, not necessarily this afternoon. And well, let's look at the first step. The first step, but I think the most important, is represented by our letter F here. Our letter F, this moment, will stand for friendship. Friendship. The word ship, S-H-I-P, like we see it on relationship, fellowship, friendship. It is a situation of being in that category, a situation of being friends. Then we can say friendship. It is a moment. Once it is no longer, then we don't talk about friendship. When we are relating in a given way. Relationship between you, Mr. Nsubuga, and that little boy, little girl. What is the relationship? I say, we are related. She is my student. I am her teacher, or counselor in this case. So, friendship. These people who will end somewhere, as we are going to see in marriage, I said a sweet marriage, harmonious marriage, where there are no regrets. There must be, ladies and gentlemen, some steps to follow. And these are none other than the ones we are outlining this moment. Friendship must take some time. These two, I said man and woman. Let's say here boy and girl. Allow me to use the chalkboard, not that I'm a teacher, but for illustration purposes. Boy and girl, or man and woman. We don't want to say woman and woman, or girl and girl. That is abnormal relationship. That is abnormal. It is even a sin. That is what we shall term or regard as lesbianism. It is abnormal, quite abnormal. Man and man, boy and boy, it is equal abnormal. It is abnormal and it is a sin. It is a taboo. In the culture, it is a taboo culture, it is a taboo. Something which is punishable, it is an abomination. But we talk about a normal relationship where we find a man and a woman, a boy and a girl. Boy and a girl, I have not given it age, but well, let's allow it. Or fiancé with single E, and then fiancé with double E. It is a stage, it is a level. It is a level, it is not the starting point. We cannot just start today, this week, and then we say, she's my fiancé. It is a level we graduate to. We begin as man and woman. Let me say boy and girl, depending on the age. Now, if we shall end somewhere into something which is legal, which is formal, which is official, which is socially, spiritually, legally accepted, which we call marriage, we must start somewhere. The local artist, Message Semakula, sang and said, marry your friend. Your friend. Someone should be your friend. If accidentally or intentionally. If before coming here, I put on my wife's pants, and she happens to be looking for pant, she happens to be looking for one red pant, which she cannot see, and happens to come and whisper to me, "Excuse me, honey, have you happened to see my red pant which has a flower here?" And I whisper back that yes, it is the one I have put on. And she simply laughs it off. The onlookers will conclude there must be a harmonious or sweet relationship. But if she opens into a quarrel for me having put on her pant, then you realize we are not friends. We are not friends. These two people who will end into a sweet marriage. For a sweet relationship, there must be a moment of friendship, unconditional. Unconditional. I said unconditional. They should just begin normally, naturally. If it is in a school, well, in a high school or in a tertiary institution, normally, with a few small exchanges of a pen, a pencil, a book, a rubber, a calculator, a mathematical set, etc. Then it should grow. When we grow from friendship, we come to a stage. This is, ladies and gentlemen, this is according to me. And all queries, questions, inquiries, please return to me. I am not going by the Google definition, by the dictionary definition, no. But with experience from what I've seen, what I teach, and what we have gone through, and what many other couples go through. We come to a stage called pairing off. From the simple word pair, the word pair means any two. Any two, in this case, actually, it could be a man and a man. It is a pair, but not a couple. If it has good intentions, it can be a man and a woman, a pair, even if they don't have a marital relationships. We are talking about pairing off. Pairing off is a moment in what we call a sweet relationship, before we get to there, when these two, whose intention sometime in future will end into marriage, a legal formal marriage, must have a moment into their friendship to move together, the two of them, to move, physical moving, for a discussion, for a seminar, for a camp meeting, for a fellowship, for any congregational meeting, for funerals, for weddings, for introductions, birthdays, parties when they are invited, church service. In the process, they will have time to learn each other, the likes and dislikes, the interests, the strengths and the weaknesses. These can be observed with time, the strengths and weaknesses, I said. It is not a thing we can just sit down and discuss. Tell me about your weaknesses. Please tell me about your strength. It is something I may hide. Well, pairing off, I said it is a moment, a period. We cannot determine how long a time it should take. No. Then, it is here that we shall graduate into what we call, it is represented by letter D. We call dating. Dating is a common word. She's my date, he's my date. But it comes from the word date. The word date, the English word date. We give ourselves a date. Please, I will come and see you on the 14th of October. Let's meet on the Independence on the 9th of October and talk about it. That is a date. We give ourselves a date. If what we are going to talk about is connected to relationship, to our being or in future getting married, then we call it dating. It is here that when she comes to visit me, when I go to visit their home, there are so many things I will see which will help us into a sweet relationship which will end into marriage. There are so many things I will see. For example, her siblings, my parents, her parents, and many other things when I get to their home. There are so many things I will see just by incidental learning, which we may not have to verbally discuss. Then, in this stage, we shall talk about love. Love. You see where it is coming. It is not supposed to be mentioned in the initial days. I don't want to ignore the fact that some people meet once for some hours. They went for a conference. They happened to sit together or dine together or have some moment together, a man and a woman. And one proposes to the other. I don't want to ignore that. But I said in a normal channel, normal process. Like our friend said, it should be process by process. Not a thing we should jump into. I hear people say falling in love, falling in love. I think it is a wrong terminology. Falling in love is not a love that will even last. We just fell in love. We should grow or develop into love, not fall in love. Falling in love means either one of us was blind, or there are so many people who even say love is blind. Love is an unliving thing. How do you tell me it has eyes? Love is an unliving thing. You say love blinds. It can blindfold someone. There are so many things I may do blindly, but out of love. I got excited and gave out something which actually I was not supposed to give at that very moment. It must be followed by giving, as we know. The Bible in John chapter 3 verse 16, for God so loved so much that he gave. It follows giving and receiving. It is here at this level after some time that one should mention love. Let me give a case study. In Uganda here, in the central in Uganda, if one must consider the culture, the norms, the values, and must respect the issue to do with the totems, emiziro totems, it is here that one has identified that there will not be anything called incest. The person who wants to marry or to fall with, to go with, they have no such clan or totem relationship. It is far. In African tradition, they call it exogamous marriage. Exogamous marriage. They must not be related or close relation as far as the totems or the cultures are concerned. The clans, I said. It is here that it must be mentioned. Actually, having dug a strong foundation for it. Here, the one who will propose has identified that if I tell this girl, this lady, I'm saying this lady because I'm a man, that I love you, I have been following you, I have observed ABCD, I feel we can continue together. I have discovered that she will not let me down. I have asked some simple questions. For example, I'm a teacher. In this time, I will have discovered that she can marry a teacher or not. And in this case, if not, then I will not proceed. If her interest is in an engineer, marrying an engineer or a banker, and I don't hope to change so quickly, I'm a teacher professionally and by occupation, then I will not mention love because she will let me down. After this, now having consented, having agreed that I also, that if she answers back positively, then we can proceed into a level called C. C represents something very crucial called courtship. Courtship is a period of time. I want to define briefly, but not going into the Google or dictionary definition. It is a period of speaking the last truth before marriage. That's my description. I just want to describe a period of speaking the last truth, the final truth, without hiding anything. I said our heading still is for a sweet relationship. For a sweet relationship, when we come to that stage called the courtship, having agreed that we shall be lovers, it is here that our titles, we can even engage the third parties this time. For example, our friends, our other friends. For example, the parents. They should be involved, at least at this stage. It is at this level that we have befriended the parents to an extent that if we open it to them, that I have a friend whom I hope to stay with for the rest of my life, they will receive it well. I have discovered that this kind of person I'm supposed to continue with actually will tolerate me, will bear me. She has seen my strength and weaknesses. Therefore, we can match. I have also seen her strength and weaknesses. Courtship, I said, simply, by simple description, it is a moment or a period of winning each other's love, but it is a period of speaking the final truth and nothing but the truth. Munanga, I'm sorry I had not told you before. I got an accident which claimed my front upper teeth. These ones you see are artificial. Actually, let me remove them and you see. When I disengage them, it is this time that she'll discover whether, she'll decide whether to continue with me or not. But these are truth, are facts that should not be hidden. Otherwise, if discovered later, I want to make this statement. It is better to have a broken relationship than a broken marriage. It is better to have it broken anywhere here than in the final and last stage. Now, finally, we come to letter M. Our letter M will stand for marriage. Okay, for this moment, we shall stop around there and prepare for another discussion taking on or expounding on these issues. A relationship that will end normally in marriage, normally it should have this process. It should have a moment of friendship. I am not saying it will end, but we go with it. This friend of mine I have identified, maybe in school, in a higher institution of learning, or somewhere in the church, because there is no particular place. We can meet anywhere, as long as we are guided by God. Guided by God. One of those qualities we shall discuss is one must be God-fearing. These other factors are just but additional factors, nyongereza. What is most crucial is one must be God-fearing. In the process of friendship, I said, when we have a moment of sitting together, moving together for church fellowship, for a discussion, for a seminar, for a crusade, for a gospel crusade, I said, or effort for any such Pathfinder programs, etc. Name it, name any other. Name any other. We get a moment to move together. We line up for food together. We sit together. I see her eating speed, her appetite. It is here that I will see her emotions. When something exciting has happened, how far or how does she get excited? Is she one who will jump and make somersaults 14 times? If something sad has happened, has occurred, bad news has come, how does she treat it? How does she treat it? Does she get so emotional and throw everything away? It is in this period that we must see and know all this. Incidentally, unfortunately, some people meet each other in clubs, and sometimes they do the last thing which should have come last. They do it first. This will kill all other processes. In all here, I have not made any mention of sex. I want you to get me so well, dear ladies and gentlemen, dear viewers. It is not supposed to be practiced or anywhere here. Not even kissing, by the way. Yes, we can accept the hugs. Yes, those elements of romance. We shall discuss romance in the next meeting. Romance is a wide phenomenon. It is not simply holding each other in the sofa set, then we roll and fall on the carpet, then we end some. No, it isn't. It is just part of it. It goes deeper and goes into those simple letters we scribble, we write to each other. The simple gifts we exchange. All these are expressions of romance. The romantic songs, music we sing, or with dedications I send. All these are expressions of romance. A relationship that will be sweet and will end in marriage, normally, in a normal situation. If none of us is a user or selfish or a gold digger, it should have this process. One should be your friend. One should be your friend. You must have a moment of meeting, moving together, seeing each other, the walking styles, the interests, the failures, the weaknesses, the strength, the academic ability, mental ability, physical ability. All this is discovered in this process. Then a moment should come when we should begin visiting each other. I'll come to your home. I'll come and see your uncle. Oh, you stay with your elder sister? Please allow me to come and I visit you. It is here that so many other things which otherwise would not have discussed verbally will be discovered. For example, there are some details I may not ask verbally. which I'll discover in the process as we date. It is here later that I'll mention love. But having made the foundation, the person I'm going in for, I have seen her weaknesses. I have seen her strength or his strength. I have seen his appetite. I have seen his emotions, at least those which you can see in this course of time. I know you have prepared many questions to ask. For example, how long a time should friendship take? When should it start? Where should it be? With whom should I have it? The pairing of the dating, the love, how should we conduct it? The courtship as one of the sensitive periods. I said all these questions and more are going to come in the series we are yet to have. Just to prepare them. Just be set not to miss out on any series. But however, I said, the process that will end in a good, sweet marriage relationship should have had this flow. You may change the word, but you may not change the order. This letter C, which stands for courtship, cannot come anywhere near here. It should be at that level. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being part of the audience. Please keep supporting us. Join us for yet more other educative and sensitive topics which are going to follow this one. May God bless you.